nasty traffic round the capital today. Hope all you drivers have got your sandwiches with you, because not a sausage is moving on the roads. You can be stuck out there all day.
Moving quickly, aren't we? I'll tell you, there is something quite positive about traffic jams, and that is, it's a great democracy. It doesn't matter if you're driving an F40 or a Muriel Minor. Both of you are in the same predicament, because your car is confined to the road, therefore you are confined to the traffic jam. Unless, that is, your car can do something a little bit special. Traffic jams? Traffic jams? What are traffic jams? This is what I call a little bit less congested.
The Dutton Mariner has hydraulic jet drive instead of a propeller.
It's certainly very easy to drive. You don't have to be Claire Francis to get into it and propel it. There's just a forward throttle here and a backward throttle there. And as long as you put the gears in neutral, then the front wheels don't spin uselessly under the water. It's completely brilliant. It does 4.5 knots, about 5 miles an hour. But let me tell you, when there's no traffic about, that's plenty fast enough. I mean, it handles better in the water than it does on the road, I have to say. Which that wouldn't be difficult.
There's nothing new about all this. In the 60s, if you wanted to get off with Simon D, you had to drive an amphicar.
This is the fish out of water turned inside out. This is the land animal that has taken to life afloat.
Now, that model was basically an adapted Triumph Herald. And the problem with the old amphicar is that most of them rusted away, and there are very few of them left today which are river-worthy. But being made of glass-reinforced plastic, at least the Dutton Mariner will still be around to embarrass its owners years from now.
I mean, where is everybody? This is the Thames. It's completely empty. They're all out there on the road.
Ha! Well, more fool them. The hull of this is foam-filled for extra buoyancy, and the engine bay is totally sealed off from the rest of the car. Plus, it has its own bilge pump. It costs around £12,000 for a model based on a reconditioned Fiesta, and it has all the usual car bits like a radial heater, etc. But since the donor vehicle can be just about anything, if you could stomach a Ferrari taking to the water, things might get more exciting.
Obviously, the difficulty is if you live in a city that doesn't have a river running through it, then it's probably useless for commuting. You can still use it for extremely pleasurable leisure activities. I cannot recommend it highly enough.
So, despite looking absolutely ridiculous on land, the Mariner was getting top marks in its river test drive, until something started to sound a little bit strange.
This is interesting. I knew there was a funny noise under the bonnet. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but we're adrift in the Thames now. Oh, here comes this rescue boat. That was handy.
So there you are, drive the Dutton Mariner with confidence, as long as you're constantly shadowed by a support vessel and an ex-sea captain director. And let's face it, who isn't these days?